Good morning guys, welcome back to JPL Motorsports TV. This is Juan. In today's video we're actually going to be working on the E46 once again. I know you're as excited as I am because I know you guys wanting to see this content go crazy on this E46, and that's what we're going to do today. In today's video we have two main plans. One of them is finally putting a hydro into this thing. I've been drifting for 2 years. I didn't really need the hydro, and then lately been needing to make some corrections, some really backy entries and stuff like that. So we're going to be working on that. Also, number two, you see those doors? They're looking a little rough. So, if you actually follow me. Alright, so as you guys can see, I got my main helper today with us, Turbo. Hey Turbo, how's your heart to blood? How's your heart to blood? Okay, so, as you guys can also see, you can see how destroyed. Yeah, you think it's destroyed, Turbo? I agree. I agree. So anyways, we are definitely going to be replacing the doors today. I already have new doors downstairs that might work. I mean, they will work. I'm just saying it might work just because it has different colors. But it's okay. This car is getting prepared to either be wrapped or painted. Okay, so right now we're going to go ahead and pull this car out. It's going to be a cold start, so you guys get to hear the cold start on this beautiful thing. And we're just going to go ahead and move it right over there on that second base so we can go ahead and rank it up and actually lift so we can install the parts that we need to install. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Right now, we're gonna go ahead and let it warm up a little bit, just because obviously we don't want to go ahead and just start moving the car when it's full cold and stuff like that. Once the car is warmed up, we're gonna go ahead and move it, and then install the parts that we need to install. Alright, so with that being said and done and just ready to go, let's go ahead and rack it up. Well, actually, we're going to go ahead and run the parts on real quick. Okay, so also, I should explain what exactly 100% we're doing. So we're doing an inline setup on this E46. Here's the deal though, it's going to be a little bit different. I plan on doing an inline setup right now in this car because later on when we go into like Pro-Am seasons and like potentially even FDE, obviously the rear end is going to be completely swapped out and different. It's going to be just a complete different setup. So right now, I don't want to spend all this money, you know, building a hydro, dual clutch calipers, brackets, blah, 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 and all this fancy stuff. Because here's the deal, I plan on getting a rear tube end, quick diff, and all of the good stuff. So obviously, if I spend all the money right now on things that I'm just gonna have to change in the future, that makes no sense. We're gonna go ahead and do inline setup, which is gonna go right through the rear calipers, so I don't have to spend money on extra calipers and stuff like that. Also, on the lines, I didn't go ahead and get like a line kit or anything from anywhere else. I went on eBay, bought some copper lines, bought the fittings. So we're also gonna be running our own lines, our own fittings. So if that's something you guys wanna learn, stick around because I will also show you guys how to do it. I actually might have a whole separate video on how to, you know, flare the lines and stuff like that. So, alright, I need a break. Alright guys, so we finally have everything spread out on the table. So this is a copper line that we're going to be running. It's a 3/16 copper line. We also have a few little fittings here and there. We have some T's that we're going to be using. I also want to go ahead and bought a Chase Bay Hydro, the inline setup without the reservoir on the back, so we can go ahead and run it through this setup too. And then I went and go ahead and bought this, what is this? I think it's the support bracket or something like that. So we're just going to be installing that as well, which also comes with its own hardware. And right over here, I also bought the bending tool so we can bend and, you know, do all the little good stuff with these lines. And I also bought the kit so we can do single and double flares. Right now, we're going to be showing you how to do a single flare with these tools. So let's get started. First things you want to do, pop this off, pop the hose in there, right over here. Once you have the hose, and then tighten it up on both ends where it's really snug. You don't want it to loosen or go down at all, because obviously if it goes down or gets loose, then it's not gonna be a nice little flare. Once you have that, we can go ahead and do like a single flaring with the tool itself, which we also have right here. You put your tool, and then you want to go down as even as possible. You're gonna come right inside of the flare itself, the pipe, the hose, and then you want to make sure you're as even as possible in all of your corners. You want to make sure you're even all around. They're completely centered, and you're happy with how it looks and doing. Then you want to start going down, until you get to a point where it just is good enough, snug, tight. Then once that's done, you want to go ahead and back it up. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and break this one loose, and then just like that, we have our single flare. Alright guys, so right now what we're gonna go ahead and do is take the seat out, because once we go ahead and take the seat out, we have a lot more space in order to figure out the hydro setup and stuff like that. Because we're also gonna be welding the supporting plates and then a little bit of a tunnel support. You know, obviously when you pull the hydro, the tunnel is not weak and moving around, it's just solid, ready to go. So let's go ahead and get the seat out and go from there. Alright, so the seat, it's already unbolted, so we're gonna go ahead and move it out of the way. We're gonna be working in this area. I plan on mounting the hydro right here. So it can be my steering wheel, hydro, and then obviously stick shift or shifting or what's
shifter.
Shifter. Jeez, English. Wow. Let's get the hydro in here, see where I want it, see where we want to mount it, see what plates we need to be running, see how we're gonna run the lines, and then start going at it. I think this is it right here.
Yeah, I agree.
And then I have a little plate outside that we're gonna weld here. Cool. And then round it down, which won't affect my knees or anything. I want to go ahead and run my hydro right next to my shifter. However, this RTD shifter, the housing is a little bit wider than normal, so I won't be able to run it straight on the tunnel. And even if I wanted to run it straight on the tunnel, this tunnel is a little bit weak. Like even by me shifting with the spring and everything, you can see how like this moves a little bit. This is the reinforcement plate that you were supposed to add here and then weld onto it. But instead of that, and just leaving it like that, what we're gonna go ahead and do is, I have this steel plate right here, and then we're gonna go ahead and cut the square so it can be right here. We're gonna go ahead and add welds on both sides, on the bottom, and then see if we can put some sort of support so it can obviously hold the plate really sturdy. Once this holds the plate, then this reinforcement plate will just be welded right on top. And then once that's welded right on top, then we can go ahead and go with this and put it on right there. So then we have no issues as far as clearance or no issues, pretty much. So with that being said, let's get cutting, because this is thick. After like 50 years of welding, what do you think, Mama? What? That was too much welding. I mean, too much grinding for that little bitty piece. We actually got to clean it up now. Okay guys, so right now the main reason why we just wanted to create a flat surface right here for me to weld is because obviously this plate is going to be wider than normal. They sell a plate, they do all this scrap. However, I wanted to do it my way. I'm going to go ahead and put this plate right up here, and it's going to be welded right here, along here, and the inside. But obviously I want that to be supported. So I'm going to be running 2 bars one in here and then one in here. So he obviously has enough support on the bottom. It's gonna be tag welded along here, then along here, and then it's gonna be welded on the bottom. So that shouldn't have any play. That should be pretty damn solid. However, I just want extremely solid. I don't want to have any play or whatever. So then once that's done, we're gonna go ahead and create the holes right here so we can drill into this. And then we are gonna go ahead and place this as the main support. And then bolts are gonna go right through here and right under. So let's start welding, cutting, fabbing, going at it. Alright guys, so we currently just got the support plate and then the actual plate welded on. Holy shit, I just burned my fingers. Ah! Long story short, we've ended up welding this. We ran out of gas, so we weren't able to run the actual support beams that I want to run underneath the main plate. However, we were able to get the small plate welded onto the big plate, and then we got the big plate welded onto the actual car. So right now what we're gonna go ahead and do is bolt this onto the actual plate to see how well it's supported, and to see if maybe we need to potentially even do some more supporting here and there, which I really doubted. I think it came out great. We're gonna go ahead and bolt it on. So this is currently hand tightened. As you can tell, fire. I can still move my section, second, third, first. Even on first gear, I can still run this. I can still drive, full hydro, and go to second. And even when I go to second, I can still full hydro, second, third. I think that's a success. So with that being said, we did it, boys. We fucking did it. Maybe in the future, I will say though, I don't know if you come here a little closer, you can see how there is this whole entire plate just kind of out there. I might just cut this along right here, so it's not this full thing just sitting there. However, like I was telling y'all, whenever I drive like right here. So it genuinely does not bother me at all whatsoever, which is why I chose to do it there. And then like I said, I can still pull my hydro and be good to go. So I call that a win-win.
Next step is hard lines.
Next step is hard lines. You are 100% right. So here's the deal though.
Do that another day?
We might have to pull a part 2 on you guys. And I am so sorry. Oh, hey there. Welcome back to part 76 of Hydro install. Shit.
This thing weighs nothing.
Nah, bruh. People ask me why so fast.
That's why. It still makes 100 horsepower.
Yeah, it does. Welcome back to the channel.
87 billion of hydro. That's, you know what, you fucking dickhead. Drop something.
Bro, I might have to. See, that's the thing. I don't have enough line to just be wasting line. I'm trying to think. I got it now. I feel like 30 days.
You feel like what?
I said I got it now after like 30 days.
Oh, after
like 30 days.
Yeah, fair.
Good.
What are you doing?
I have 2 options. Should I just simply run it on a single flare? Even though I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate from y'all people, because understand you should not be using what's it called, single flares on a brake line.
Why is that? Why? I don't know why.
Because of the pressure. So the way you have, let me explain it to you real quick.
Please break it down. For people who don't know.
For sure. Let's just say that this is the fitting that we have. So this fitting is double flared. And then when I turn this and tighten it, it puts pressure in between the fitting, the inlet, the outlet, and then it puts pressure in between that into here. That's why they're called compressed fitting. Now that we have made that for video purposes, here's my fitting, here's my brake line, and then here is, whoa, where did you go, man? So, like I was saying, here's my fitting. Ah!
I'll get it. Yeah.
Alright. For the 50th time, here's my lines. Here's my fitting. Here's my brake line. Imagine that this is this line. Here's my fitting. Here's my, I guess you could call it crossover pipe that's gonna go in here, and yeah. We'll see. If we can tighten it enough to where it has enough pressure, then it should work no problem. Come
Dropped it like 80 times. Some of those days.
Here, pull it a little bit up towards you. And then that. What? Bring it down a little bit. Perfect.
Just one line.
And then it comes right over here. And then once we get the braided lines, then this goes right there.
Right over it.
Then it connects. Yes!
To the caliper. And it feeds all the way down into there.
See your stuff?
Yeah.
Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video. This is Juan. In this video we're actually going to be doing a little bit something the same but different, I guess you can call it, because we already started it but we never finished it. So this is going to be the part 2, but it's going to be within the same video, so you guys will get to see it all in one video. I get to do it in 2 parts. So we've done single flare, double flare. We've already explained on how to do it. If you haven't seen it, that's because you haven't been watching the whole video, because this is one video, as Alex just said. Let's go ahead and rack up the car. We're gonna have to use Google Translate to help us figure out how to say front and back or rear in German, because it's in German. So, bro, imagine we finish wiring the whole entire thing and then we actually end up fucking running the lines to the front. Instead of mid fucking drift, like ready to fucking come and just fucking
Front.
Yeah, locks the front. Yeah. Little backstory. If you don't know how the hydro works, let me come and show you. So, pretty much, whenever you're drifting, you're spinny right here, right? So then whenever you're spinning, and then you have a wall, this is your oh shit handle. You just pull it and lock up the rear wheels. When you lock the rear wheels, they lock. Obviously, they give you a little bit of a little cheat code so you can slide rather than like grip up and obviously potentially even crash. So hydro could be very helpful for transitions, entries, tandems, and legit oh shit bar. Like oh shit, and you pull it. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and take this side off. Which when I put the new engine, the second one, we take cover out. And then right down there, you see, we got VL, HR, VL, HR. So, let's see, I don't know if you can see it. You can kind of see it.
Okay.
It's like HV, HL, whatever. So, pretty much, that's where we're gonna go ahead and take off the old line. So here's what I'm gonna be doing though. So we're gonna go ahead and take that cover off. We're gonna go ahead and take the lines off. I'm gonna be leaving the stock lines hooked up and ran. I'm not gonna take them apart or anything. Here's the deal. Take the lines off. So we're gonna be taking HL, which is rear left, and HR, which is rear right. We're gonna be taking those out. And like I was telling you guys earlier, we're not gonna remove them. We're just gonna legit bend them on the side, because down the road, I don't know what the plans are gonna be. I know for a fact that I'm gonna be doing dual caliper on the rear. But as of right now, with the setup that I wanna go with and what I'm looking for, we're just gonna go ahead and leave it at 2. So before I take them out, let me go ahead and drain the reservoir so it doesn't make a mess. We'll see. See, a season of drifting made it pretty fucking dirty.
Actually, I might need a little bit of a flashlight there, Warren. Let's see. Oh boy.
Does that help?
Oh boy.
So right now we're emptying Saki.
The vacuum bleeder, whatever it's called. Yeah. I was.
What?
The reservoir was clear after I was done.
So we're gonna run the T right here. And then once we get the line, we're gonna run it up. We're gonna run it down underneath. We're gonna run it through the firewall straight into the hydro. and then straight back out. So here's the deal. I guess the fittings that I got are not the same exact fittings that they use for their actual hydraulic units. So we're gonna have to actual flare the stock lines. And I know at the beginning of the video I said I don't want to use the stock lines. I wanted to leave it alone because obviously I don't want to change anything, just in case if like the setup ever changed and that I needed to use the stock lines, and I could still. It's fine. It is what it is. So long story short, we ended up cutting the fittings, as you guys can see, out of the stock line, so we can actually put them back onto the ABS pump. Once we do that, we're gonna go ahead and tee off the fittings with the C fittings that I bought on eBay. So here's how it's gonna work. Comes out of the pump, goes into a T. One line goes into the inlet of the hydro. Another one gets out of the outlet and goes to the back of the wheels. And then we're gonna run another T, one for the left, one for the right. Very simple, very straightforward. Let's get it done. All right, bro. So
What up?
for 75,000 of hydro, give me a little rundown of what we're doing.
So we're doing a brake flush right now. So basically what we're doing is we're pumping the brakes, then we're holding the brake. They're opening the valves, and then I'm pulling this down.
Okay, so let me explain it to you a little bit better.
Yeah.
So you go ahead and create pressure to your ABS right up here. So by pumping on the brakes a few times, it creates pressure, and then you hold. Once he's holding, we're gonna go back here and then open the bleeder screws, which are gonna be right up here. Whoa, come on, focus. As you guys can see though, right on this side, my boy Joey is helping us out today, just because in my setup, I have an inline setup, meaning that I'm going through the ABS module, or not the ABS module, but the ABS unit. Right down there is the T-fitting. If this focuses, let's see, right there. There you go. So let's go ahead and keep leading. So like I said, that's a little recap. You pump, hold, you open the bleeders, and then while it's open, you come back here, and then you bring it down. Once you bring it down, close the bleeder, release that up slowly, and release the foot pedal. Yeah. Pretty simple. Simple. It's simple. Alright guys, so as you guys can tell, it only took 75,000 parts for the hydro video, but guess what? It's finished, and that's all that matters. This is the
I think it's wrapped on Monday.
pretty much the end of what we're gonna do to the car before it gets wrapped. Like I said, you guys are gonna have to stay tuned for the wrap, but I'm telling you, it's gonna be pretty fire, so you might want to stay tuned. Like I said, car's ripping, car's doing amazing. The hydro is actually grabbing, biting. Car's having good response as far as like throttle response, as far as clutch response, as far as brakes. The brakes are responsive. Every time I brake, it's right there, it's ready to go. So super stoked with how everything came out. Thank you guys so much for watching, for real. It means a lot when you guys watch my videos. It makes me think that I'm doing the videos for a reason and not just to waste time. Thank you guys so much. Make sure to subscribe, like, share it with your friends. Until the next one.
Yeah.